Standard 10th Civics Chapter 2 Central Government Introduction. The central government is the supreme government in a country. The headquarters of the central government is at New Delhi. The central government consists of three organs, namely Union Executive, Legislature, and Judiciary. Central government: Executive, Legislature, Judiciary. Under Executive, President of India, Vice President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers. Under Legislature, Parliament, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. Judiciary, Supreme Court of India, Chief Justice of India, and other judges. The President of India. The President is the nominal executive authority. The Chief Executive of Indian Union is the President, the first citizen of India. He is the Supreme Commander of Armed Forces. The executive power of the Union shall be vested in the President, which shall be exercised by him directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with Constitution. Qualification for the election as President: he should be a citizen of India. He must have completed the age of 35 years. He must not hold any office of profit under the union, state, or local government. He should have the other qualifications required to become a member of the Rajya Sabha. Election. Election of the President of India. The President is elected by an electoral college. The electoral college consists of elected members of both houses of the Parliament and the elected members of the states and elected members of the National Capital Territory of Delhi and Puducherry. The President has to take an oath of office before the Chief Justice of India. His term of office is 5 years. Powers of the President. Powers and functions of the President: executive powers, legislative powers, financial powers, judicial powers, diplomatic powers, military powers, and emergency powers. Executive powers of the President. The President appoints the Prime Minister, the Council of Ministers, the Governors, the Chief Justice, the Judges of the Court, Attorney General, the Comptroller and Auditor, Chief Election Commissioner. Legislative powers. President inaugurates the session of the Parliament by addressing. This address is essential, identical in nature to a speech from the throne. The President summons Parliament at least twice in a year. He may send messages to either house of the Parliament. All bills passed by the Parliament become laws of act. Money bills cannot be introduced in the Parliament without his approval. He nominates 12 persons who are eminent in literature, science, sports, arts, and social service to the Rajya Sabha. Anglo-Indian community to the Lok Sabha. Financial powers. Annual budget of the central government is presented before the Lok Sabha by the Union Finance Minister only with the permission of the President, to be laid before the Parliament. The annual financial statement, the Union budget. The contingency fund of India is at the disposal of the President. He can make advances out of the contingency fund of India to meet any unexpected expenditure. He constitutes a finance commission after every 5 years. Judicial powers of the President. The President power to grant pardon, reprieves, respites, or remissions of punishment, or to commute the sentence of any person convicted of an offence. Military powers. Article 53(2) lays down the Supreme Court command of the defense force of the Union shall be vested in the President, and the exercise thereof shall be regulated by law. Diplomatic powers. The President appoints Indian diplomats to other countries and receives foreign diplomats posted to India. All treaties and agreements with foreign states are entered into in the name of the President. Emergency powers. The President has empowered by the Constitution to proclaim national emergency under Article 352, state emergency 356 article, financial emergency Article 360, national emergency due to war, external aggressive or armed rebellion, state emergency due to the failure of the constitutional machinery in the states, financial emergency due to a threat to the financial stability or credit of India. Removal of the President. The President may, for violation of the Constitution, be removed from office by impeachment. The impeachment action can be brought about in the form of resolution by not less than 1/4 of the total strength of the House for its introduction. The President shall, in spite of the conclusion of his term, continue to hold office until his successor enters upon his office. Vice President. The Vice President occupies the second highest position in the country. This office has been created to maintain the political continuity of the state. Qualification for the election as the Vice President. He should be a citizen of India. He must have completed the age of 35 years. He must not hold any office of profit under the union, state, or local government. He should have the other qualifications required to become a member of the Rajya Sabha. Election and term of the Vice President. Article 66(1), the Vice President is elected not directly by the people, by the method of indirect election. The term of office is 5 years. His office may terminate either by resignation, death, or by removal. All members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha elects and nominates the Vice President. Till then, Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha can perform the duties of the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Removal of the Vice President. The Vice President may be removed from his office by a resolution of the Council of States passed by a majority of all the then members of the Council and agreed to by the House of the People. At least a minimum of 14 days has been given. Powers and functions of the Vice President. He regulates proceedings and debates of the House. He decides the order of speech. He decides the admissibility of resolution or questions. He may adjourn or suspend the business of the House. He gives directions to the chairman of various committees. When the President is unable to discharge his duty due to illness or absence, he attends to the function of the President for a maximum period of 6 months. Prime Minister. Article 74(1) says, there shall be a council of ministers with the Prime Minister as the head to aid and advise the President. The post of the Prime Minister of India has adopted the Westminster, England model of constitutional democracy. The Parliament of England is situated in Westminster, so it's called Westminster Parliament. The leader of the majority party in Lok Sabha is appointed by the President as the Prime Minister. The other ministers are appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. The President administers to the Minister the oath of office and of secrecy. Ministers are individually as well as collective responsible to the Lok Sabha. Duties and functions of the Prime Minister. Article 78. He is the elected head of the country. The Prime Minister is the elected head of the country. He is the leader of the majority party. He links the President, the people, and the Parliament. He advises and informs the President. He selects the Council of Members. He distributes portfolios to each minister. He expands or demands resignation. He monitors the working. Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. The President of India, on the advice of the Prime Minister, appoints a Council of Ministers. Categories of the ministers. The ministers are classified under 3 ranks: Cabinet Ministers, Ministers of State, the Deputy Minister. The Cabinet Minister is the informal body of senior ministers. Important decisions of the government are taken by the Cabinet, such as Defence, Finance, External Affairs, and Home. Ministers of State. They belong to the second category of ministers in charge of ministries or departments. They do not participate in the meeting of the Cabinet unless invited to do so. Deputy Ministers. They are the lowest ranked ministers. They assist either the ministers or Cabinet. Parliament of India. The Parliament is the legislative organ of the Union government. It consists of three parts. Number one, President of India, Rajya Sabha, Council of States, Lok Sabha, House of People. The Rajya Sabha is the upper house and Lok Sabha is the lower house. Rajya Sabha. The Council of State or Rajya Sabha consists of 250 members, out of whom 238 represents the states and union territories. 12 are nominated members by the President in the field of literature, science, sports, art and social service. They are indirectly elected. Qualification for being a member: he should be a citizen of India, he should not be less than 30 years of age, he should not hold any office of profit under any government, he should be a person with sound mind, he should not be the member of Lok Sabha. Term of the House. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. It cannot be dissolved. Its term is 6 years. 1/3 of the members of the Rajya Sabha retire every 2 years, and new members are elected to fill the seats thus vacated. The Vice President of India is the ex officio chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Election. Members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the state legislative assemblies. This process of election is called indirect election. They are not elected by the people directly. Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is the popular house of the Indian Parliament and contains elected representative of the people. Maximum number of members for the Lok Sabha is 552. The Lok Sabha as of today has 543 elected members. Out of these, 530 members are elected from different states and 13 members from union territories, 2 members belonging to the Anglo-Indian community. Lok Sabha consists of 545 members. Qualification for being a member of Lok Sabha: he should be a citizen of India, he should not be less than 25 years of age, he should have his name in electoral rolls, he should not hold any office of profit, he should be mentally sound and economically solvent. Term of the House. The Lok Sabha enjoys a term of 5 years. It can be dissolved by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. The President can prorogue or dissolve the Lok Sabha. Election. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. The Election Commission of India arranges, supervises and conducts election to the Lok Sabha. Universal adult franchise is followed. All Indian citizens above 18 years of age who are registered as voters will vote for their representatives. Functions of Lok Sabha. Any bill can be introduced and passed in the Lok Sabha. It has the same power as Rajya Sabha in case of impeachment of the President and judges of the Supreme Court. It has equal power in passing any bill for constitutional amendments as Rajya Sabha. The Speaker. The Lok Sabha is presided over by the Speaker, who is elected by its members. The office of the Speaker occupies an essential position. The Speaker continues to be in the office till a new Speaker is elected by the new Lok Sabha. The Speaker presides over a joint sitting of the two houses of the Parliament. He has the power to decide whether a bill is money bill or an ordinary one. Powers and functions of the Parliament. The Parliament of India has the functions of legislation, making law, overseeing of administration, passing the budget, discussing various matters or subjects like development plans, international relations, and internal policies. Parliament is also vested with powers to impeach the President and to remove judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts, Chief Election Commissioner, Comptroller, and Auditor General of India. The Parliament has the power to change the boundaries of the states. Attorney General of India. The Constitution and Article 76 has proved for the office of the Attorney General of India. He is the highest law officer in the country. He is appointed by the President. He may be removed by the President at any time. He may also quit his office by submitting his resignation to the President. Judiciary. Judiciary is the third organ of the government. It plays a vital role in protecting the rights and freedom of citizens. The Supreme Court is the guardian of the Constitution. A judiciary is autonomous of legislative and executive wing of the union and state government. An integrated judiciary means a single judicial hierarchy for the whole country. It plays an important role in analyzing and interpreting the necessities of laws and the Constitution. The Supreme Court of India, New Delhi, was inaugurated on 28 January 1950. It consisted of 8 judges, 1 Chief Justice. At present, the Supreme Court consists of 34 judges, including the Chief Justice. Appointment of judges. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court in India is appointed by the President of India. He must be a citizen of India. He should have worked as a judge of a high court for at least 5 years. He should have worked as an advocate of high court for at least 10 years. He is in the opinion of a president. He holds office till the age of 65. The judges of the Supreme Court can resign before that term by giving their resignation in writing to the President. The Supreme Court has its permanent seat in New Delhi. Powers and functions of the Supreme Court. Original jurisdiction. The cases which are brought directly in the first instance to the Supreme Court come under original jurisdiction. For example, dispute between the Government of India and one or more states. Number 2, dispute between 2 or more states. Appellate jurisdiction. The Supreme Court is the final appellate court in the country. The Supreme Court hears appeals against the decision of a high court in civil, criminal and constitutional cases. A certificate from the high court that it is fit to appeal in the Supreme Court. Such a case can be brought before the Supreme Court only if the High Court certifies that the case invites a substantial of law as to the interpretation of the Constitution. Advisory jurisdiction. The Constitution confers on the President the power to refer to the Supreme Court, which, in his opinion, is of public importance. Miscellaneous jurisdiction. The law declared by Supreme Court is binding on all courts within the territory of India. The Supreme Court is authorized to make rules for regulating generally the practice and procedure of the court within the approval of the President. Judicial review. The power of judiciary to declare a law as unconstitutional is known as judicial review. Dispute between the center and the states to interpret and clarify a position of the Constitution, protecting the fundamental rights. Those laws passed by the legislatures which are not in accordance with the Constitution. With this, we come to the end of this lesson. Thank you.